Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle from Tuttle Up Stamping, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas. Thanks for joining me today. Today is day number 1 of 30 days of casing through the catalog. We're starting off today with a cute, fun, easy card made from ephemera packs and a little bit of stamping. I think you're going to enjoy it. So here's our plan. We have a group of us that are collaborating together. We call ourselves the Babs. We'll let you decide what that means. And we have all broken down pages of the catalog and chosen what cards that we want to be able to design with you. We are casing these from the catalog. So we're just showing you how to make some of the cards in the catalog. You know, this book used to be called the Idea Book and Catalog. Okay, so there's lots of great ideas in here, and we just want to show you kind of how we can we can put these together. I am also going to share the recipe cards for each and every project in my email list. So if you would like to get all the recipe cards include a picture, products used, and all of the, hi Chris, thanks for joining me. Hi Christina, hi Laura, I have had a blessed day, thanks. Hi Brenda. So I'm going to share the recipe cards of every single project on my email list. Okay, so if you would like to get all the recipe cards of each of the products, I'm not gonna email you every single day, maybe every 2 or 3 days with the updated projects. But if you would like a recipe card, you need to be a part of my email list. Okay, and I will put the link to that in the description after this is over. All right, so I'm going to go to my hands real quick here. I hope that all makes sense. So this catalog is organized in a way in which the easier projects are at the front, and then it kind of builds right into projects that are a little harder, a little more detailed. Okay, so the beginning of the month projects will be easier ones because we're going to be using these simple stamp sets and ephemera packs. An ephemera pack is just a pack of images that have been die cut and already pre-printed. So the nice thing about ephemeras is you just take them off and you can just attach them to your card. It can be used for scrapbooking, card making, tag making, lots of different things. It's the easy button, right? And so today we're going to be using this ephemera pack, which is called Fully Flowering Ephemera Pack. Fully flowering. And then we're also using this stamp set that's right here at the bottom that is called Layered Thoughts. I will be using this one as well. So the card we're going to be doing together today for day 1 is this one right here, this Thinking of You card. And I'm just going to show you how quick and easy it is to put this card together. Okay? All right, so let me put that away. Here is my card that I cased directly from the catalog. And I did a little something fun on the inside too. They never show you really the insides of the card, but I decided, you know, I love to do the inside to match the outside, right? So, so here we go. We're starting off with a base, cardstock base of smoky slate. Let me pull all these pieces out of here. So we have a smoky slate card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. That's pretty typical, okay? And then I already punched the ephemera, which is these flowers. Now I'm going to tell you, I feel like Stampin' Up has made these to be these have some thickness to it. They've added some weight to these ephemeras, okay? So they're not as flimsy as they used to be. I almost thought I had 2 stuck together, but I don't, okay? So we're going to go right in, and we're going to attach these ephemera to our card front. And how did I decide I wanted to do this? like this. Okay, so I'm just going to add my adhesive. I'm going to use Seal. You could use liquid glue if you wanted. That would be fine as well. Okay, so I'm going to get this one, get it really close to the edge this way, and I'm going to attach it right there. Now the second one is going to go right underneath it. It's going to be kind of a symmetry, rotational symmetry. Can you tell I used to be a math teacher? Okay, so this one is going to go on kind of upside down, like symmetry to this one here. That's called rotational symmetry. So I'm going to put it. You're like, blah, 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 Judy. Just put the flower on the card. All right, so it's going to go right like that right there. Okay. Next, I have a piece of Highland Heather here, cut 4 by 2. And hi, Imelda. I'm going to take this bottom edge right here, and I'm just going to tear it. I like this card because it incorporates not only the ephemera, but also some stamping. We have ephemera packs that are sentiments and words, but this one has some stamping on it, which I like. I like the stamp, okay? I have a piece of basic white. I think this is about 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, okay? I'm going to grab my word thinking, and I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight here. I'm going to ink up the word thinking in Daffodil Delight, and it's going to go right across the middle of this white panel right here. There we go, thinking. I'm going to put that yellow away because I'm not going to need that anymore. And then I took the word of you, can you see this? And I mounted them on the same block together. So I'm going to show you how I lined that up. All right. I put of, I used these grids right here. I put of right here, kind of lined it up with that darker grid line right there. And you here, lined it up with the same darker grid line. If you have nails, sometimes these want to kind of stick. And I kind of get them spaced like I like. And then I just take my block and pick it right up. And then I know it's going to be straight, okay? So I'm going to grab my Highland Heather this time. And I'm going to put of you, kind of overlapping that thinking. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and just stamp it, kind of overlapping the thinking right there. Awesome. This now is going to get attached onto this Highland Heather panel that I ripped the bottom off of. And you know, sometimes when you're casing, you kind of need to take some creative liberties, right? Because it's hard to tell. Did they pop it up? Did they not? Did they? And we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to do our best to get it as close to the catalog as we can. So this now, isn't that pretty? It's going to get attached right in the middle of those two flowers there, okay? But I'm going to attach this with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put one on each corner for sure. And then I'm going to go kind of through the middle here because I want some space at the top and bottom to tuck in some other flowers, okay? And I don't want to inhibit being able to do that in any way. Okay, so this is going to just get popped up here right on top of these flowers. So I'm not going to promise that every single day I will be doing a live. Sometimes I'll just post a picture and talk about what page of the catalog it came from and that kind of thing. I'm going to try to go live as many days as I possibly can. But it's summertime, right? We all have vacations and things to do. Okay, so now I picked 2 more ephemera from that floral ephemera pack, and they look like this. They almost look like little sunshines, don't they? They look like peach pie little daisies there. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals on the back of each one. And I'm just going to tuck this right under here, right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. So I'll put the link to my email list, and that way you'll be sent the recipe cards for all the projects as we do them or as we show them, maybe every 2 or 3 days, so as not to be annoying, right? All right, and now I punched a bunch of these little flowers, little blooms, small blooms, and a couple of them are purple and a couple of them are yellow. Okay, so I'm going to start with my yellow one. I'm going to grab my liquid glue here and just put a dot on the back side. You know me with my love-hate relationship with liquid glue here. It's just hard to put seal on a tiny little piece like this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give up on that. I'm going to pull out my fine tip here. There we go. That was much easier. Worth it not to. This is going to go flat right there. I'm going to grab another yellow one. So you can you see the rotational symmetry, like the big flowers and then these flowers, right? Could ask you all kinds of questions on what kind of rotational symmetry it is, but you know, we won't go that detailed into this. Okay. There we go. I'm going to add a couple of, you guys are all rolling your eyes out at me out there, aren't you? Me geeking out on rotational symmetry. There we go. Cute, huh? Now, if you're like me, you're probably dying to add some embellishments and ribbon and things to that, which is probably what I would normally do. But you know what? We're casing the catalog. So we're not going to do that with this card. We're going to keep hitting the easy button. So I have my inside panel here of basic white. I'm going to grab a blending brush and my Highland Heather ink again. And I'm going to add some ink just to this bottom corner right here. Add a little shading right there in the corner. There we go. And I've got this other smaller black and white bloom from that Ephemera pack, okay? And I'm just going to pop this in the corner right here. There we go. We even have some scrapbooking layouts for you guys. We have all kinds of fun things, home decor things. We're going to have a good time with this casing through catalog. So that's my inside, right? Just the same black and white bloom and bring a little bit of that Highland Heather. This is, I magically made this up, right? From, it was so hard. Just something I would do if this was my card, even though I'm not adding embellishments and ribbon. So here we go. That would be the inside of my card. And that's it for today. That's day number 1 of casing the catalog. How well did I do? You guys, let's pull the catalog out here. So here's the card. Here's my card. Did I do okay? Pretty good, huh? So that's day number 1. I'll be here tomorrow for day number 2, and I hope you enjoyed that. Let me pull back my my face here. Okay, God bless everybody. Have a great Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow with day 2. And it'll be another short little video for you. Some days, like I said, I'll have to just post a picture, but every day for 30 days, we will show you a project that we made by casing the catalog. So I hope you enjoy this little endeavor and you come back every day to see what we created. So thanks for the love and the likes and sharing this out. Let your friends know that we're in the midst of this project of casing the catalog, and hope you enjoyed today's card. So bye-bye. God bless. See you tomorrow.